На каком мы будем языке? На русском, на английском?
Не знаю. Я сейчас перевариваю свои чувства,
Хорошо.
которые поднялись высоко.
Можно сесть. Okay, so we will discuss this topic of prophecy today, and the main source that we're going to use is Mishneh Torah, Rambam, Yesterday of Torah, Foundations of Law, chapter 7. Yesterday הדת לידע שהאל מנבא את בני האדם. So one of the foundations of religion is to know that God gives prophecy for people. ואין הנבואה חלה אלא על חכם גדול בחוכמה. And the prophecy, person could accept prophecy only if he is very wise. גיבור במילותיו, he is strong with his character. לא יהיה יצרו מתגבר עליו בדבר בעולם, and there will his יצר, his instincts would not overcome upon him in anything in this world, אלא הוא מתגבר בדעתו על יצרו תמיד. But it is only him that overcoming upon his instincts תמיד. Every time. Вот можно здесь ключ, и можно открыть какое-нибудь окно, например. והוא בעל דעה רחבה נכונה עד מאוד. And his mind is very open, profound, עד מאוד, very much. אדם שהוא ממלא בכל מידות האלו שלם בגופו, and the person like it, and his body is also without any medical problems. כשייכנס לפרדס, when he enters the pardes, Rambam explained it before, it's physics and metaphysics, וימשך באותן העניינים הגדולים הרחוקים, and he will learn these topics, these big and עמוק, deep topics, ותהיה לו דעה נכונה להבין ולהשיג. And then his mind would be ready to understand things, והוא מתקדש והולך, and this person would start to become holy, ופורס מדרכי כלל העם ההולכים במשכי הזמן, and he would become someone unique that differs from white people, most people that go in מחשכי הזמן, in the darkness of time. והולך ומזרז עצמו ומלמד נפשו שלא תהיה לו מחשבה כלל באחד מדברים בטלים. And this person is working on his character and training himself that he will not have any thought in something empty, דברים בטלים. ולא מהבלי הזמן ותרבולותיו, and not in a dim, a steam, in this steam of time, ותרבולותיו, and thoughts about time. אלא דעתו פנויה תמיד למעלה, but his mind should be open every time towards upstairs, קשורה תחת הכיסא, and connected towards God, להבין באותן הצורות הקדושות הטהורות, to understand these sacred forms, sacred and pure forms, which is angels, I guess. הוא מסתכל בחוכמתו של הקדוש ברוך הוא כולה, and this person looking into the wisdom of God, the whole wisdom of God, from מצורע ראשונה עד טבור הארץ ויודע מהן גודלו. צורה is an important term in philosophy of Rambam. There is a golem and there is צורה. How to explain it? Golem is like a material that we building something from this material, and Tzora is form of the thing that we building. צורה ראשונה, עד טבור הארץ ויודע מהן גודלו. So this person should understand the wisdom of God. I think he relates this here to physics, chemic, geology, things like this. So the person would understand how how this world is working. מיד רוח הקודש שורה עליו. So then רוח הקודש, the spirit of holiness, שורה עליו, would go upon him immediately. ובעת שתנוח עליו הרוח, תתערב נפשו במעלת המלאכים הנקראים אישים, ויהפך לאיש אחר. And then, at this point, when the spirit would lay upon him, תתערב נפשו, his soul will תתערב. ערב means to mix. So he will be with the angels that's called Ishim. Previously, he explained different kinds of angels. ויהפך לאיש אחר. And then he would become another person. ויבין בדעתו שאין כמות שהיה. And then he will understand that he is not like he has been before, אלא שנתעלה על מעלת שאר בני אדם החכמים. But he is above the other wise men. כמו שנאמר בשאול, והתנבאת עמם ונהפכת לאיש אחר. And he quotes פסוק from Shmuel, you were prophesying with them, and then you became the other person. Там есть ключ, можно открыть окно. So this is halacha Aleph, and now we move into halacha Bet. הנביאים מעלות הן. So the prophets, it's not only one level of prophecy, but there is several levels of prophets. כמו שיש בחוכמה חכם גדול מחברו. Like in wisdom, there is one man which is more wise than the others, and the same way it works with prophecy. One prophet is more professional than the other prophet. But there is something unifying. Every prophet does it the same way. Можно оставить ключ, он нам еще пригодится. Лучше вот здесь, что это прямо на меня. So every prophet, in order to see the prophecy, it should be b'chalom, not when he is awake, but in the dream. B'chezyon halayla, at night, chezyon, in some special vision. Or in the middle of the day, when the person is starting to fall asleep, and here he quotes the book of the Midbar. It's from the story of Miriam when they speak Lashon Hara about Moshe. So the God explains why it's a bad thing to speak bad about Moshe and about his uniqueness. So God says that other prophets, they see Bamar'a, in the vision, Bachalom, in the dream. But Moshe is not like it. So we will learn about Moshe later, but this pasuk also describes as usual prophecy works. So it's vision and dream, not like I see now, but it should be some special state of mind. And every prophet, when they receive in the prophecy, their parts of the body מזדעזעים, shakes. וכוח הגוף כשל, and the strength of the body gets weaker. ועשתונותיהם מתטרפות ותישאר הדעת פנויה להבין מה שתראה. And their thoughts getting mixed up, and the mind then empty in order to understand what he sees. כמו שנאמר באברהם, like it said in Abraham, והנה אימה חשכה גדולה נופלת עליו. And הנה. And here, אימה גדולה, אימה חשכה גדולה, אימה, fear, חשכה, darkness, גדולה, big, נופלת עליו, falling upon him. So Eima is about the parts of body that is shaken. It's about Eima. And also the ability to see is getting weaker, חשכה, darkness. וכמו שנאמר בניאל, והודי נהפך עליי למשחית ולא עזרתי כוח. Daniel also says, הודי my strength נהפך turned למשחית. It's changed in a bad direction, ולא עצרתי כוח. And I have no strength, no power left. That's הלכה ב'. Questions? Вопросы? הלכה ג' הדברים שמודיעים לנביא במראה הנבואה דרך משל מודיעים לו. So when the person receives prophecy, he receives it משל, like proverb, like fairy tale. ומיד יחקק בליבו פתרון המשל ומראה הנבואה וידע מהו. But the problem with the proverb is that it's hard to understand this metaphor, what it is about. So when the prophet receives a prophecy, he also receives what is the meaning behind it and understands it. כמו הסולם שראה יעקב אבינו, нужно минимально. כמו סולם שראה יעקב אבינו, like the sulam, the stairs that Yaakov saw, מלאכים עולים ויורדים בו, and there was angels going up and going down, והוא היה משל, but it is a metaphor למלכויות ושעבודן. So when angel going up, it means that malchut, some country, will be strong. And when the angel going down, it means that some country would be weak. וכמו החיות שראה יחזקאל והסיר נפוח ומקל שקד שראה ירמיה והמגילה שראה יחזקאל והיפה שראה זכריה. So he brings a lot of quotes from different prophecies. We will not learn all of them now. So Yechezkel saw some sacred animals and also pot. Makel Shaked, Yirmiyahu saw a stick from almond tree. והמגילה שראה יחזקאל, and יחזקאל saw scroll, והאיפה שראה זכריה, וכן שאר הנביאים, מהן אומרים המשל פתרונו כמו אלה. So sometimes when prophet says, he says first the metaphor and then he explains the metaphor. ויש מהן אומרים הפתרון בלבד, and sometimes the prophets only saying the explanation of metaphor. ופעמים אומרים המשל בלבד, and sometimes they say only the metaphor ולא פתרון, without the explanation. כמצד דברי יחזקאל וזכריה. Like we could find sometimes in יחזקאל or זכריה prophet, וכולן במשל ודרך חידה הן מתנמים. But every prophet works like this, that it's in form, we could say, a poem, that we need to understand what's the meaning behind the metaphors in this poem. So this is halacha 3. הלכה 4. כל הנביאים אין מתנבאים בכל עת שירצו, אלא מכוונים דעתם ויושבים שמחים וטובי לב ומתבודדים. Every prophet would not start his prophecy when he wants, but they need to מכוונים, כוונה, to concentrate their mind, יושבים שמחים, they need to have a good state of mind, וטובי לב, to be happy, ומתבודדים, and alone. שאין הנבואה שורה לא מתוך עצבות, so when the person is sad, he could not get a prophecy, ולא מתוך עצלות, or when the person is עצלות, without something to do, just feeling bored, אלא מתוך שמחה, but from the joy, the happiness. לפיכך, בני הנביאים, so the question is how to organize this happiness. So first thing, I would suggest to turn the light on. А можешь, пожалуйста, включить свет? Потому что довольно темнеет, да? Облачно сегодня. Спасибо большое. Наверное, до второй тоже, потому что у меня очень темно идет. О, спасибо. לפיכך בני הנביאים לפניהם נבל. So how could you be happy and joyful? You should have musical instruments like nevel, for example. I don't know exactly what it is. They translated harp, like in Jerusalem duo. Vetov, tov means drum. Vechalil, Khalil, something like a flute. Vekinor, lyre. And then they are waiting for the prophecy. So you need to be in good state of mind. For example, you could listen to the music or play music, and then at some point you could receive a prophecy, which reminds us about some meshorer, people that are working with literature, so they're writing poems, right? So in order to write a song, sometimes you start listening to music, and then you could write a poem. It's hard to write a poem if you don't hear the music. It's harder. If you're hearing the music, it's easier to write a poem. וזהו שנאמר, והם המתנבאים. כלומר, מהלכים בדרך הנבואה עד שינבאו, כמו שאתה אומר, פלוני מתגדל. So it works like this. A person should use some techniques, and at some point he could receive a prophecy. This is halacha 4. Questions? person. הלכה 5. אלו שהם מבקשים להתנבא, הם הנקראים בני נביאים. So Nevi'im means prophets. So after the person received prophecy, we could call him a prophet. But the person that wants to receive prophecy but didn't receive it yet, he's called Bnei Nevi'im. It means the student of the prophet. ואף על פי שמכוונים דעתם, even then, these people using special techniques that the prophets using, but it's possible that divine presence would rest upon them, but it's also possible that it will not happen. So these techniques could help, but it's not guaranteed to receive prophecy, even if you performing special techniques. כל הדברים שאמרנו הם דרך נבואה לכל הנביאים הראשונים והאחרונים חוץ ממשה רבנו, רבם של כל הנביאים. So, and now he starts to talk about Moses, but Moses I wanted to learn it next time. So we'll skip this הלכה for today. הנביא אפשר שתהיה נאותו לעצמו בלבד, להרחיב ליבו ולסעודתו עד שידע מה שלא היה יודע מאותם דברים הגדולים. So also why a person receives prophecy. Sometimes the prophet could receive prophecy only for himself to add wisdom to his heart and to give him more knowledge in his mind. עד שידע מה שלא היה יודע מאותם דברים הגדולים. Until this person understands something or knows something that he didn't know before. ואפשר שישלח לעם מימי הארץ ואנשי העיר או ממלכה לכונן אותם להודיעם מה שיעשו או למונעם ממעשים חיים שבדיהם. But also there is a second possibility that the prophet is like shliach, messenger from God to some nation or to people living in certain city or certain land. לכונן אותם, להודיעם מה שיעשו, to prepare them and to tell them what they should do or to tell them what they should not do. וכשמשלחים אותו נותנים לו אות ומופת כדי שידעו העם שהאל שלחו באמת. So this is a very important question. How could we understand that the prophet is real and not fake? So in this case, when prophet is for other people, so he is coming with the ot, some sign, special sign. For people know that he is a messenger from God. But not everyone that does some sign, we could believe that he is a prophet. אלא אדם שהיינו יודעים בו מתחילתו שהוא אלא נבואה בחוכמתו ובמעשיו שנתעלה בכם על כל בני גילו. But it should be that we knew before that he could receive a prophecy. במעשיו שנתעלה בכם על כל בני גילו. So he should be special, or we could say the chosen one. והיה מהלך בדרכי הנבואה בקדושתה. So he was using techniques of prophecy, and he was by walking his own path. ואחר כך בא ועשה אות ומופת. And after it, he did the sign. And saying that God sent him, מצווה לשמוע, there is a commandment to listen, to obey this prophet. שנאמר אליו תשמעו, like it said in the book of דברים, ואפשר שיעשה אות ומופת ואינו נביא. But it's also possible that the person could perform a sign, but he is not a prophet. וזה האות, יש לו דברים בגו. But this sign is not an empty thing. ואף על פי כן מצווה לשמוע לו. הואיל ואדם גדול וחכמה וחכם וראוי לנבואה. So we cannot prove 100% that the person is prophet, but if he was doing prophet techniques and showing us sign that he is from God. We need to listen to him because this person is wise and he could accept prophecy. מעמידים אותו על חזקתו. So it's called hazaka in halacha. So most likely he is a prophet. שבכך נצטווינו כמו שנצטווינו, we almost finished. שבכך נצטווינו כמו שנצטווינו לחתוך את הדין על פי שני עדים כשרים. Like for example, there is a law that we should perform the law in Beit Din based upon two witnesses. But there is no guarantee that two witnesses saying the truth, right? But because those witnesses are ksherim, the people that we could rely on them, so we are saying that most likely the things that they are saying is truth because we could rely on them, but it's not 100% proof like with the prophecy. And on things like this, there is a saying in Book of Dvarim, the hidden things is only God knows, but we know which is niglot, what we can see. And also it's said in the Book of Shmuel that the people could see with their eyes, but the eyes could see only what's on the surface. But God could see what's inside the person's heart, and we could not see what's inside the person's heart. So this is how prophecy works. So next time we would learn the sixth principle of faith, which is the prophecy. So it was an introduction today. Next time is next Monday. Zvat Hashem, thank you for your time. See you later. Two announcements. The Hebrew lesson will be Thursday, not tomorrow, because tomorrow is fast, 17 Tammuz. And this Mittwoch movie club would be at VHS, not here. It would be Mazel Tov cocktail. And it is at 7 or 7.5. Do you remember? It's 7, like usually. Okay, have a good day. See you later.